Hey friends! So today I'm back again with another video on college, and today I'm going to be talking about what to bring to college. So I go to school at the University of Southern California in California, and I live in Washington. So when I went down, I had these two huge luggage cases, and then I had my backpack, and I had my beach bag, and it was so big, and it was just such a hassle to go down there because I was the only one who went, and my mom didn't go with me. So I was literally the only person carrying all of that, and I was struggling so much. So I don't want you guys to struggle, especially if you're an out-of-state student like me. And so I'm just gonna give you a couple of tips and things that you should bring to college, and things that you can buy while you're at college, and things that you shouldn't bring. So I don't actually have the things with me right now because I didn't want to carry all of that back home. So I'm just gonna hopefully figure out how to use some video editing software and put the pictures up in the corner or something as I go and talk through everything. But yeah, let's get started. So the first thing that I found to be super helpful was a shoe rack, and it's not those traditional shoe racks that you just kind of lay on the ground and you put your shoes in, but it's it's one of those where you kind of hang on the back of your door, and it folds up super easily, and they're kind of little cloth openings, so you can pull it out and then you can put your shoes in there. And that was one of the most useful things I've ever found to have, because not only does it kind of save you space, but it's put in a place that you don't really look at, and it's it fits right behind your door. So definitely get one of those. And then also a water bottle with a filter. So when I went down to California, I drank some of their water, and I was this is not water. This does not taste nearly as good as Seattle. And so I had to bring a water filter, and it was just one of those Brita water filters that you can buy at Target or basically anywhere for $20, which is kind of expensive, but I think it's worth it. I mean, I don't know how much it filters out the dirt and everything, but it makes me feel better about myself, and I feel that's an important thing, you know? So the next thing that we have is office supplies. So what I did was I brought a little pencil pouch with me, and then inside I had a bunch of pens, and then I had whiteout, and then what was the most convenient thing for me was this mini stapler. This literally saved my life. Thank you, Mr. Hale, for teaching me how to bring a mini stapler. Shout out to my AP Chem teacher back in junior year. And yeah, just make sure that you bring little things like binder clips, staples, just paper clips, and also sticky notes, scissors, hole punchers. Scissors and hole punchers are really useful, especially if you want to hole punch and cut things. Okay, and next we have our important identification documents. So things like your license, your medical history, your insurance, and then also your bank account, and also your financial aid documents. So it's always important to kind of have those things on hand, in case you need to go to doctors or go to a bank and do banky stuff. I don't know. Anyways, so you should also have kind of your parents' tax documents, their tax returns kind of emailed to you, so that in case during the middle of the school year, if the financial aid office needs something, you'll always have it on hand. It'll just be easier for you to respond to their questions. Okay, and then we have our hamper. Okay, I know that this sounds really self-explanatory, and you're oh my gosh, duh, obviously I would need to get a hamper. But what I found to be super helpful was that I got a hamper that separated my whites from my darks, and I got one for $15 at Bed Bath & Beyond. And so they're just it's this huge hamper, and there's a diagonal cut across it, and then you just put your whites in one, and then you put your blacks in the other ones, and it's just easier for you to sort out everything when you're washing your clothes. And then also this is something that I didn't bring with me, but I found that it was actually really important, especially if you go to USC, because it's very business oriented, and it's very very student driven. And so I just feel you need to bring formal wear. So what that means is you need to have slacks and a white shirt, and then you should have a what are those thingies called? My gosh, wow, my memory.
6.5 hours later.
A blazer. Okay, so just put on like a blazer with like a white t-shirt, and then just like slacks or like dress clothes. No, not dress clothes. What are they called? Like dress pants. Like a lot of the times that you're gonna find yourself like interviewing for different positions, like even if you're finding like an on-campus job or if you're trying to intern for something, it's just really important, especially at like networking events. So look your best, look very professional. And so I suggest that you bring at least like one outfit, like one formal outfit with you. And honestly, that's like all you need. You can just like wear that like for everything that you go out to. Getting earplugs and a sleep mask are also really important because you might have like 2 other roommates, 3, 4 other roommates, and sometimes it's just like people have different schedules, and like sometimes your roommate might have to like stay up pretty late doing their homework, and it's just like it's kind of annoying, like when you have to like sleep in the light. So I didn't use these because I lived in an apartment, and so I had my own bathroom. But like if you live kind of in like a normal dorm, it would be really helpful for you to get a shower caddy. And what those things are is just like a little like bucket, and then you can put like your deodorant there, your like shower stuff, and just like everything you need. And don't forget shower slippers. It is nasty in residential dorm rooms and their bathrooms. It's so disgusting there, and you don't know what people have done in there, so it's best to put on shoes. Okay, so this next thing that I'm going to talk about is, it's not necessarily like necessary. It's just like for those things that you don't really think about, but it's like for when you do go out to like parties and stuff, your shoes are going to get dirty. And I want you to be able to bring like a pair of shoes that you don't really wear that often, or like you do wear often and you don't mind getting dirty. When you do go out and like you go to like a frat house or whatever, like the ground is gonna be dirty. Like I guarantee you that what's on the floor is probably not water. Like it's either alcohol or like puke or whatever nasty thing there is. You should bring an umbrella. So I went down to LA thinking that it would never rain and that it would always be sunny, which was true most of the time, but it was just that like, when it did rain, I was like, oh my gosh, like what do I do? Like, do I like run across the campus with like my backpack over my head? So definitely bring an umbrella, even if they're like super, super small, because it will save your life during those rainy days. And then also bring like a purse and a small bag with you, just so, like if you go out to random things like with your friends, like whether you're going out on like a late night snack date or whatever. And then now I'm gonna be talking about like some of the things that you can actually buy. Okay, I'm gonna be talking about some of the things that you can actually buy while you're at school. So because I didn't have anyone coming down with me, I actually had to buy most of my stuff at Target when I was down at USC. And like these are the things that are like super, super helpful. Okay, so number 1, you should definitely get like a bulletin board with a bunch of push pins, so that way you can like update yourself on what's going on, and you can like put just like events there, and then it's just like easier for you to keep track of everything, and it's always like a good way to kind of like decorate your room. Like you can put like pictures on there and just like anything that you want. And then also you should get Emergen-C, like the little kind of Emergen-C packets that you can drink, and it helps boost your immune system. I don't actually know if it works that well, but I know that a lot of people use it and they said that it works really well for them, and you should definitely get that. And you should also get a lot of throat lozenges, because you will get sick. Like I guarantee you, like you will get sick at least once, because once someone gets sick like on a college campus, it's bound to go around. Like honestly, you cannot escape from it. It's really scary, but it's true, and I want you guys to be safe and healthy. So definitely drink lots of those, exercise, and eat healthy. So you should try bringing a sleeping bag or an extra blanket, because like it's super helpful when you want to spend the night at your friend's dorm, and you just kind of like bring those things with you. And then also like in case you're, like you want an extra blanket to lie on the grass and like watch a movie or something, that's also very helpful. Or like if you want to cuddle with your friends, or I don't know, do whatever. You should also bring a desk lamp, and what I have is like a Target desk lamp, so it like clips onto my desk, and then I can like move it around, and it's like super helpful because it's not very disruptive, and it's not like huge, so it doesn't take up a lot of space because it just kind of like clips onto my desk. And then also you should get a bike lock if you have a bike, because USC is like a really flat campus, and so a lot of us ride bikes. I personally don't have one because most of my classes are like pretty like contained in one area, and also exercising and walking is good for you, right? Right. Definitely get a bike lock so that your bikes don't get stolen. Believe it or not, that happens very, very frequently at USC. And then also bring hand soap if you live in like an apartment or a suite, because it doesn't come with hand soap, and when you finish washing your hands, you're gonna be like, okay, like what do I use to clean my hands? I would also advise you to get gloves and disinfecting wipes, because your dorm room will get dirty, and like I don't know what I did to get my dorm room dirty, but like one day I woke up and it was just like where is all this dirt coming from? Like I don't even know. But just like get gloves and just disinfecting wipes, like wipe everything down, especially if you live in an apartment or a suite like me. Like you're gonna have to clean your toilet at least like twice a month, or else it's just gonna get really, really gross. And I know that like we were girls living in there, but like believe it or not, girls can get dirty. Like not that type of dirty, but it's just like natural human stuff. Like we have to clean it up. And also you should bring an air freshener just in case your room like smells really bad and you want to invite guests over. Just like bring like a Glade air freshener, or like perfume, or like something to make it smell better, because it's gonna smell bad, like I promise. You should also bring a mini vacuum. I mean, it's not like totally necessary, especially at USC, because you can like rent out vacuums, but it's just that if you do have one kind of like at home already, you might as well just like bring it over, especially if you're an in-state student, because like the floor does get dirty a lot. You should also have a printer. It was just really, really convenient for me to have, because you know, like when you're 5 minutes away from having to start class and you still have to print out your paper, you know, you're not gonna run to the library and like print it out and then waste like half an hour. So that's why you're gonna have to like print it right there in your own room, and that is by personal experience that I can tell you that a printer is very, very important. And then you should also get notebook and notebook paper. I know that seems really, really obvious, but it's just like yeah, like you use your computer most of the time, but like sometimes if you need to like write something down to a friend, or you just need notebook paper, just like bring it along with you. It doesn't have to be that much. Just bring like, I don't know, like 100 sheets, and that should like be plenty. I suggest that you don't write your notes in like separate pieces of like loose leaf paper, because it will get lost, and I recommend you kind of like putting it in a notebook, so like that way you have everything all like that you need in one place. And last but not least, you should definitely bring like paper towels and paper plates, in case you have like midnight munchies and you want to go down to the cafeteria, you want to like sneak some food out, or like you just want to, you know, like have your friends over and you want to cook for them. It's always good to have like these like dispensable just like paper plates available for you. So yeah. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that video will save you a lot of time and that you found it really useful. I will post a link down below of all the things that I brought to college, and then all the things that I like didn't need for college. I'll also post them like by categories, like electronics and bedding, so it's like easier for you to kind of like maneuver around those things. If you have any more questions or concerns, feel free to comment down below, or message me, or Facebook me, or whatever. Yeah, and I'll reply as soon as possible. And as always, fight on.